Morning everyone. Cop siren just came on just as I pressed record. That was pretty funny. So just got back from the shops. Did a heap of click and collect last night. They must have just pulled someone over. I did say in a previous video that the bucket, the money bucket, is got a bigger hole at the bottom than it does up the top. As of this stage, the bucket's tipped over, no lid on it. Yeah, it's gone. So I was going to take it easy, but I've had this on this. I don't know when this came out, but they were talking about it about a year ago on Mighty Car Mods or the Skid Factory. I can't remember. And I was like, when that comes out, I'm definitely getting that because I'm sick of the torque wrench. I've got 3 of them, I think, different sizes: 1/2 inch, 3/8, and 1/4. The little one's okay. Little one's fine. But this one just does my head in. It's just that, you can't be precise with it at all. So that's going to get retired, sold, something. I may even see about my adapters, and I may be getting rid of this one too. I think that's a 3/8 one. Same kind of style of, yeah, it's just not accurate. But I don't know, once you go putting adapters on them, I don't know how accurate they are. But yeah, I don't know, I have to do some research. But the little 1/4 inch one, that's fine for doing little things. The actual scale on that is pretty good. So, because it doesn't do a lot of torque, so they're a bit finer. The other ones you're just guessing. So yeah, I thought, yeah, it's 1/2 inch drive. So yeah, I definitely wanted one. It was, I'm not going to say prices because I really can't remember. I'll be making it up. I can put screenshots, but I think it was $240. Didn't want to spend $240. It was 30% off, I think. And I've been, I just keep, so I don't forget and I don't have to write it down, I just keep the web page on my desktop, and every now and again I open them up, and I opened it up yesterday and it was on special. So yeah, that was sweet. I've been wanting this as well, but I've been putting it off. Little brushless mini grinder. My mate that did my exhaust on my car had a Bosch one. I played with it and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting one of them. So when I put that in, I had that as well, and that actually went from $60 to $40, something like that. This was 20 something, came down to 17, so it's pretty much going to be used with this. So it's a angle torque gauge. So some things you tighten need to be done to a specific torque. Some things you tighten need to be done to a specific torque, and then 90 degrees or whatever. So I've never done anything like that before because none of the motors that I've ever built have been needing that. But my Commodore wagon, it doesn't need it, but it's going to need a timing belt or timing chain done on it eventually. That's what happens to them. And you do need this. I was reading I've got the book that tells you how to do it, and it's like get it up to 50 Newton meters and then 90 degrees. So yeah, you click to get it to 50, and then put this on, and then you just keep turning until you hit 90. And it is what it is. I don't know the science behind it. I suppose you're getting it to a certain torque and then you're stretching the bolt so it never comes out again. I don't know. But anyway, I thought I'd get them two at the same time. All that was on special. Oh, this was on special too. So same thing, Tool Pro soldering iron. I have got a really good soldering iron, this one. I don't like moving it because it's a pain. It's fine to work here with this cable. Like you can kind of deal with it. But working on the cars, working anywhere but here, even to do some soldering here, or when I was doing my what's the name, bike rack for the car, I had to do all the soldering, and you're just fighting with the cable because you're working over here and it's just not nice. These are fine if you're sitting down soldering a board or something, not that I do that, but just anything kind of in front of you, you can kind of deal with the cable like that and it's fine and it never gets tangled. The minute you start doing other stuff, you need a different soldering on. I do have, so this is getting sold, retired, whatever. Had this for, let me try and work it out. At least 20 years I've had this for. Pretty good. The only thing I can't store the canister of gas in there because it leaks out eventually. It leaks sitting there like that, and pretty much every time, the last 5 years, every time I go to use it, I've got to fill it up. So yeah, I've had enough of that. It does heat up quick. It solders everything I've chucked at it, so I'm not complaining about it. It's just I've had enough of gas, it's kind of the same reason going from a petrol whippersnipper to an electric whippersnipper, or a petrol blower to an electric blower. It's just convenient. It's there all the time. All good. I didn't realise, but it was a good price. I can't remember. I think it was about $100, but it actually comes with a battery and a fast charger. So I've only got the one just here. I've only got the one charger and battery because it's for my little impact gun. So yeah, this thing's an animal, pretty good. The only reason I bought that is because I bought this one, and that is just astronomical. That's just way too powerful for most of the things I do. It's like 180 Newton meters, and this one doesn't say. Okay, it did say on the website, so if you want to look it up, it's only 12 volt, not 18 volt. So yeah, that's a little bit less powerful, but it's still heaps of power for what I do. My dad actually came over when we did the brakes on the wagon. It was pretty funny because he wants to buy a whippersnipper. He's got some cheap ones from Bunnings, but they're hard to start, and he's had enough. So he wants to go battery. Obviously not this blower, this Azedo one. That's a bit too underpowered, but it's fine for just around here. He wants to get the bigger one, the big jet with the big circle nozzle. And I said, he didn't want to get a Azedo, and I said, you should get the Azedo one. They're really good for what they are, for what they cost, good warranty, and they're easily to get from Bunnings. And he said, Azedo's not that good, whatever. Anyway, so we left it at that. Went and started doing the brakes on my car, and he had his Hitachi or something like that torque wrench. It's probably worth about $600. He brought it over, and it wouldn't undo the wheels. It undid the wheel nuts, but it wouldn't undo the brake caliper. I don't know how tight that is, but it's really tight. 100 I don't know, I'm guessing, but it's well over 150 Newton meters. That must have been. And his Hitachi gun was just bouncing off it. It was just bump, 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 bump. The repercussion rate or percussion rate or whatever they call it. Wouldn't do it. So he's tried with a spanner, wouldn't get it off with a spanner. And then I said, I'll go and get my Azedo. This one. I'll go and get my Azedo, and he goes, that's not going to do it, it's just a Azedo. And I said, no, it should do it. Anyway, we put it in, and it just went and straight off. He couldn't believe it. So I think I've converted someone with the Azedo stuff. So yeah, So he was going to go on the weekend, and then I just found out my uncle just got a job working at Bunnings. So it's good that we know someone now that works at Bunnings. You get really good staff discount. So he's going to wait for him. He hasn't even started yet. He's got the job, but he hasn't started. So he's going to wait for him and then hit him up for a blower, decent blower. So what else we got? So this is for the bathroom. My missus got a hair straightener, uses it every day, and it's on the bench or on the near a sink all the time, and it's a pain. So I said I'd get her something from Bunnings. Apparently this is no drilling, and it comes with a pump. Holds 10 kilos or something. I was reading 13 kilos. It's from Bunnings as well. So we'll put that in for her today. Some more brake fluid for her car, because I did have some, but I had to rob it to do my one, because we ended up going through about 2 litres of brake fluid to give it a really good flush. It was just the fluid was just dirty all the time, so had to replace the 2. So that's ready for her car in about 1,000-1,500 k's, something like that. So I will leave them here, so they'll be there ready to go for her car. And then we ended up getting a fridge. So I did say in the video, so what I've just finished doing this video for this aircon. If you're interested, we had someone come over and service the aircon yesterday, and they were saying that this really shouldn't be under eaves, so I've made up this deflector. He said just make something up to stop the hot air coming out of here, bouncing off the eaves and coming back down. It was getting recirculation, hot air into the evaporator thing here, so he said just make something up to deflect the air and stop it coming down. So quickly just whip something up with what I had around. Where was I going with that? Can't remember. Oh yeah, so I've just finished filming that video, and I explained why I wanted this fridge. So we've been putting it off, same thing for ages. We've got a 50 litre one, but it's a little bit too big to because my sister-in-law just lives around the corner, so if we go there for dinner, I'll bring a few drinks with me because I don't have to drive home. Same if I go to my folks' place, my missus will drive home, but my man does homebrew as well, so he's normally got beer there. They don't, so I just bring my own. It's easier. But rather than bring an esky and have to take up half the esky with ice, that's been on the cards for a while. Then we went to 2J on the weekend in the car. It was 37 degrees out there. Came back in, bought drink bottles with us, couldn't drink the water. It was like a cup of tea, like boiling water pretty much in the car. So yeah, that was no good, but this would have been good to have in the car, put your drinks, whatever. And then my missus is going on a holiday just for the overnighter down to 2 nights, sorry, Margaret River. And she's pretty particular with her breakfast that she has. So she said she was going to bring an esky with some I can't remember. I don't even want to guess what. I don't even want to know, really. And I said, well, I'll go and get this thing, because then that way you can have it in a fridge. Where she's going has a fridge, but they're going to stop along the way. It's going to take them 6-7 hours to get down there, and you can't sit in a hot car. She'd get away with an esky with some ice blocks, but again, you'd have to bring a bigger esky than what's needed. This thing's not that big. So I have a battery pack to run this as well. It's inside. I've had it for a while. It runs my big fridge, the 50 litre fridge. It'll run that for about 7-8 hours. So it'll run this, no dramas. So yeah, I was gonna we'll probably unbox this first and then go and hook it up to the battery pack. I'll chuck a can of drink in there, and then we'll see how she goes in a couple of hours if it's maintained, that drink. So yeah, so we'll get that ripped open, and then while that's cooling down and doing whatever it needs to do, we'll get stuck into all these things. Okay, yeah, as you would think for a fridge, there's not really a lot to it. It's probably just got the instructions and power thing in here. So yeah, I don't know. This was on top of the phone, so I'm not sure what that's for. Hopefully it tells you in the book. Oh, it might be a strap down thing for it. Yeah, it's just literally cigarette lighter plug, and that's it. So we might as well bring all that in. We'll take it inside and we'll go and plug it into the battery pack, and I'll keep this video going for a while and we'll see what it's used after a certain amount of hours. Maybe let it run for 4 hours or something on the battery pack, and that'll give you an idea of how much power it's using. Okay, so that's the battery pack there. You can see it's 100% charged. I've just charged it up. Giving this a test. So yeah, it only comes with the one cable. It doesn't come, like with an Anderson plug or anything like that. If you want to go down that route, it's I think our bigger fridge came with an Anderson plug, but obviously this is not really made for camping for days on end just because of the size of the thing. It's really just for day tripping stuff. Nothing too special. So we'll bung that in there, whichever way it goes, that way. There we go. And I haven't read the instructions, but I assume it's very similar to our other fridge. There's your -20, and I think it goes to 10. So 0 degrees. 20. So you can keep your red wine in there, I suppose. Bit of a fan noise. Let's just run it at -4. See what happens. So I'll go and get some drink. Alright, so I got my thermometer. I think it needs new batteries, but it'll do for now. So we're getting 5 degrees. It's been in the fridge for a little while. And then we'll this will stay in a bit longer, and yeah, so 6 degrees. That was right at the top of the fridge. So all good. So yeah, we'll keep them in there at -4. I've got it set to -4 there, you can see. I'll come and test it. If it's starting to go below 0 in a couple of hours, then we'll just bump it up to, that's what I do with my big one. I run it at -4, and then when it starts getting the temperature, I'll bump it back up. And then, yeah, let's just run it at -2. That way it gives the battery a fair comparison. But you can see that 100%, and it's 10:27. So for time, so we'll come and see it in another couple of hours and see how we go. Back out in the shed. Alright, might as well do the soldering on first. That way I can get the, oh okay, so it's quite big. Okay, so it's got a lock. Again, I'm not going to read any instructions. I'm just going to send it. So it looks like the same battery what I got already. And it looks like the same charger as well. I don't need 2 chargers, so I'll keep that as a spare. Put that there. I don't know how much power's in that, so I'll go and get my fully charged one. Alright, so I don't think it's different. Can't be. No, there you go. So from what I can tell, okay, so that's on, that's off. I'll leave it off for now. And you got this little locky thing, so that's pretty cool if you want to change your angle of attack. It is probably, yeah, it's a little bit out of balance to be using it like that. I'd say you'd probably want to use it like that. I didn't think about that, but yeah, it's definitely no, because the battery's right there, it's a bit funny to use like that. Next time I use it, like for a proper job, I'm sure. Why is that getting hot? It shouldn't be. I think it just flashes to let you know that it might be hot. Yeah, that's heat. Oh, that's not too bad actually. Yeah, you can pinpoint stuff if you're doing delicate stuff. Yeah, it's not hot, it's a little bit warm. I think it's just a bit of leftover. Let me get my phone and put a timer on. So hopefully you can see that. Haven't started it yet, I'll leave that there. So yeah, I'm touching it. Turn it on now. Start. What? Oh, hang on. Pause, delete. Stopwatch we want. So yeah, turn it on, start. I can still touch. Actually, it gets hot quick. So yeah, it's just got a red light. I did see it flash green before, so that probably means it's ready when it's flashing green. Oh, that's unbelievable actually. That was under 20, that was like 15 seconds. Okay. I did read the reviews and someone said it is quite fast, so yeah, under 15 seconds. That's really good. I'll have to read the instructions. I'm pretty sure it's going to have a like a standby feature if you don't use it for a while. There's no other buttons on it that I can see that puts it into a standby mode. So yeah, and then that's flashing red. I suppose it tells you though, even though it's off, she's hot. So yeah, that's pretty, yeah, like 15-20 seconds, pretty good. And I just noticed that thing is no matter what, you're not going to burn anything because the tip can't touch the ground. Yeah, even if you got it like that, it can't do any damage unless it rolls, and then you know it's going to hit that. That's it. But yeah, operating. It just tells you. So yeah, this battery's fully charged. So 3 green lights is a full charge battery. To stop, the temp indicator will turn to blinking red at the same time until it's cooled down. So that's what that is. It's saying but just by looking at it, you can tell that tip's hot. So that's pretty cool. If suddenly insert the battery, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to read the instructions on the video. I'm sure it's got a heat up time approximately 30 seconds. Yeah, it's definitely not 30 seconds. It's closer to 15 than 30. So 430 degrees, which is pretty hot. I run my other soldering iron at 330. So it's going to do big thick wire. I don't know what it's the equivalent. Oh, it's 35 watts. Yeah, but the 30 to heat up that quickly with only 35 watts. Yeah, it's pretty good. And that's charging time. I don't know what it doesn't say. Use time. Yeah, but anyway, you can download the instructions if you find this on Supercheap Auto website. So yeah, you can easily find the instructions and have a look for yourself. Okay, next one is the grinder. Like I said, my mate that did my exhaust had the Bosch one. I asked him about it. He said it was a couple $100. I was like, oh yeah, I like it, but not that much. And then I just stumbled across this one. Oh yeah, it comes with its own. Oh, what's going on there? Okay, that's it. They didn't have any. They were sold out of discs, so it comes with a grinding and a cutting disc, 1mm, 76 by 1.2mm thickness, 10mm arbor by the looks of it, and that's going to be the same, 76 4mm thick grinding, 10mm hole. So all good there. Same battery as the soldering iron, same battery as my little torque wrench. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, he's sounded like that as well. Actually a bit nicer because it's brushless. This is brushless as well, but I'm 100% sure that the Bosch has got a like a nicer spinning motor. But this will do for me, that's for sure. I could have actually used this on the little project on the air conditioner that we did today, but I didn't have it in time. So yeah, Allen key to do the business. That fits on nice. It's a recessed and a flat. So I'll put the flat on this because it's a cutting disc, and it's sitting flat as is there. But I think you'd use the recessed one, the recessed side for that one. And it's just got a little lockout thing like every other tool has, so it'll lock the spindle. Tighten her up, and that's it. One-handed. Oh, okay, hang on. I was going to say it's got a very slow start on it. I think I've got it the wrong way. I think the recess does go. Because it wasn't gripping at all. So let's spin this around. That's better. Probably not a true. That's cool. Because I do go through a lot of cardboard, and I use a knife. I didn't even think about that. That's really cool. But you can literally just. Done. That's awesome. Makes a bit of a mess, but oh yeah, what's this? That might be a spare. Oh, it's from the soldering iron. It's a flat tip for the soldering iron, so yeah, won't lose that. It's probably not the safest thing in the world because it's so small. You get a little bit too familiar with it, but no, that's going to go good. And the fast knockoff, like it's got a brake on it. Or as soon as that hits the deck, that's stopped. It doesn't keep spinning like a normal angle grinder, so that's pretty cool. It's safer, and it means that you can kind of finish with it and put it down straight away. Yeah, you're not going to damage anything. So very cool. So I'll have to keep an eye out to get some more discs for it. 76mm discs, but yeah, that's a good little thing. That again, we'll keep the instructions. So we'll open this up first. I can't imagine this being anything special. No. I've never used one before. But yeah, one bit goes on your torque wrench, this bit goes here, and it's literally just a, I suppose you zero it and then click it over. So there's not much I can really do with that. And then this one comes in a nice box. Oh yeah, it comes with batteries. It looks like the box may be made to fit other. There might be a longer one. Comes with a certificate as well to say that it's passed all its calibration. So I'm going to use it around the between the 120 and 200. I'd imagine that's Newton meters. Yep. Okay, so they calibrate it clockwise and counterclockwise. So clockwise to 200. Yeah, it's hitting 198, 201, 201, 201, 201. So that's pretty cool. At 120, it's hitting 121. It's within a 1 Newton meter, or 1.7. Yeah, not that I'm doing anything that accurate, but it's accurate enough for what I need. Again, instructions there. I'm not going to read them. Batteries. I might have to read the instructions to figure out where the battery. Oh, here we go. Put that there so it doesn't roll off the table. I think they just go up the bum here. Oh yep, so undo, and then it just pops out like a little spring. I assume they're going in positive that way. And then put that back. So you've got to line it up. Yep, line it up, it's almost in, and then boom, boom, and just an 1/8 of a turn, if that. We're going to try this on the car anyway. So there's no on button. Oh, there we go. So C turns it on. Yeah. So I used to be a surveyor, so I'm kind of used to how accurate things are, because we used to have to test our gear all the time as well, as these guys have. But then actually the accuracy of how much it is. So they've tested it, and it's at its maximum 200 Newton meters. It's almost 2 Newton meters. For the first reading was 2 Newton meters off, and then 1.7, 1.3, 1.5, and 1.4 off. At 19.6, which is its minimum, it got much closer. 0.2, 0.1, 0.2, 0.2. And then they go and put on the display in 0.1 increments, which is just not going to happen. Because it's not that accurate. And we used to have this, we had to learn all about it at school and everything for surveying. Just because it says 197.3, it doesn't mean it's going to be 197.3. It's going to be within 2 Newton meters of that, because that's how accurate it's tested to. So yeah, all good. But as long as you're aware of its limitations, that's all. We used to have instruments that would read, if you know about angle, you got degrees, minutes, seconds. We'd have instruments that would read to the nearest second, which is ultra accurate, you think. But when you actually read the machine specs, the instrument specs, it's a 3 or 5 second instrument at best, and that's at imperfect conditions. So you're probably looking at a 10-second instrument, like kind of what this is. Say that this is a 10-second instrument, but it's displaying to 1 second. So you can't really trust it. You just have to know about it, that's all. So it does take a long time. Oh yeah, it's got a backlight, up, down. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay, so you can do, righto, so Newton meters, inch pounds, foot pounds, and kilograms per meter. I think that's what that is. We want to leave it in Newton meters, because that's one of my big things with that other one, is you always look at the wrong side and you don't do it properly. I don't know what that means. But say you're at 95 and you want to go to 180 Newton meters, which is what my wheel nuts should be. Oh, it does get there quite quick actually. It's already at 170. Yeah, okay. It speeds up. Alright, well let's go and try that. 180 Newton meters. So let's go and give that a shot. Alright, so it's set to 180 Newton meters, which is apparently what they should be. I've got an extender on there, but you really don't want to use an extender because then that changes everything. So it's just that it gets close here, that's all. So they're pretty good. So that other one is accurate. Well, it doesn't mean it's accurate, it's just got the same, it's the same amount as this one. Accuracy and precision are two different things. So it's got lights here. So I don't know what happens if you go over. So let's find out. So if you grab this, so you'll see the lights. Yep, okay, it just lets you spin it. So it's really, you're just listening. That's all you're doing, is listening for the noise. And you hear the red light, and you stop. There's no click, is what I'm trying to say, as a normal torque wrench. Yep, cool. Alright, do the fronts. Oh, sorry, you guys were looking at the ground then. I wasn't watching. So, we fixed this brake too because this had a bit of a noise. Yep. We had it set to 150 and I'm getting a little bit of slip. It's tightening it just a bit, so yeah, we had it good. Yeah, this one my dad did yesterday and he's done it. I think he's done it a bit tighter than. Yeah, all good. Alright, let's try the Z. I think I'm going to need the extender for these ones. Yeah, maybe not. So, yeah, very close. No, I'm going to scratch a car. So, yep, for the sake of accuracy versus scratching a rim or the car, you can probably get a shorter one. And this is not. I think this only wants 100 Newton or 85 Newton meters. I should look it up. Let's just set it to 90. Yeah, I would have preferred not to have the decimal, just 90, 91, 92. There's no need to have to 2 decimal places. Nothing anyone is going to do with a Tool Pro $130 torque wrench is going to need 2 decimal places of accuracy, and number 2, this thing is not accurate to 2 decimal places. It's barely accurate to 1 Newton meter, so yeah, it's not necessary. Yep. So these are a lot less. Yeah, they're done. I'm not getting. Yeah, I'm just leaning on it and it's done. So I should check them all, but I can't get to the other sides. all good. Alright, that's cool. That's one thing I haven't written down on my little cheat sheets for servicing the car is wheel nut torque, I think. This is, no, not for that car. And no, so I'm going to put these inside because I've got to update, because like I said, we've just done the brakes and brake fluid and everything for this car. So I've got to update my little cheat sheet thing that I have. Actually, I wouldn't mind trying to find out. So yeah, 100,000, which is the one we just done, coolant, brake fluid. It's not there yet. But the last time I did brake fluid was at March 2023. So yeah, it's been a while. The brake fluid was really, really bad in that. And that was at, not even 20,000 Ks ago. So yeah, it was like a dark brown, full of, I don't know if it had moisture in it, but it had like chunks in it, and it took us ages to flush it out and get fresh stuff. So March 23, it's 3 months pretty much off being March 25, so not even 2 years. So yeah, I probably won't even leave it that long next time. It's cheap stuff anyway. The only thing I do need to do is get a decent one-man bleeder. The one I've got didn't work properly. So my mate's got one that has a pump in it, doesn't connect to the compressor, and he reckons that one works out really well. So I might try and get one of them next time I need to do it, which is coming up soon, because I need to do the Hyundai. So yeah, this won't need doing for a year and a half because it's brand new. Actually, the car was made in March, so the brake fluid is almost a year old. Brake fluid doesn't matter on kilometers; it goes by time. So yeah, it's almost a year old. The brake fluid in that's brand new, and the other car is going to be brand new very soon. So anyway. Yeah, I mean, torque wrench care, you definitely don't want to drop them. You don't want to use them for jimmy bars. Just because they're long doesn't mean you can use them to undo bolts that are tight. So yeah, this does have a reverse, so that's one good feature about torque wrenches, is they don't sometimes have a thing to spin it so you can undo wheel nuts, because you shouldn't really use them for undoing wheel nuts. You just use them for tightening things, and that's it. It's a $130 torque wrench, so use it for whatever. You can use it as a hammer, really, it really doesn't matter. But yeah, you go and splash out $3,000 on a Snap-on ultra accurate torque wrench. I wouldn't be using that to undo wheel nuts. It'll only be to torque them, and that's it. That's all you'd ever use it for. I know some people, I've got mates that are mechanics, a lot of my dad's mates are mechanics. They've got the $4,000 or $5,000 torque wrench. It only ever gets used for doing engine stuff. Then they'll have a $1,000 torque wrench that will get used, for next level down stuff than that. And then they'd have a $500 torque wrench to do wheel nuts. Just so you don't use your $4,000 wheel torque wrench to do wheel nuts, because it's just not necessary. Like that's perfect. As a third level, if you're a professional mechanic, that's third tier kind of torque wrench for doing wheel nuts. I wouldn't use it for anything more than that. And then you want to go next level, building motors, then get a better torque wrench is the moral of the story. If you're going to be building $20,000 engines, I would not trust a $130 torque wrench, put it that way. Saying that, the Torana, I use that torque wrench that I'm talking about getting rid of. So as long as you know its limitations, it's fine. And that was an old engine. New engines, I wouldn't like anything in this. I wouldn't touch this. That's wheel nut only, pretty much. Yeah, so all good. Anyway, head back out in the shed. We'll put all this away. All right, so yeah, that looks good. It's nice and bulky. So I was just reading here, do not use the torque wrench for striking or prying. Yeah, so don't use it as a hammer. All good. I was actually thinking I might actually try and, I don't know if it's worth it, but drill some holes through here, probably like 2 there and 2 there, and mount it on the wall. in the garage, because I'd only ever use it in the garage for doing wheel nuts. That's all it's ever going to get used for. And then that way it can stay in the garage. And you know, it's probably even got enough room, because I only ever use these two for all three of my cars. I only need two. You probably fit like one there and one there, like that, and then hang it up on the wall and close her up. Might have to do a bit of relief in there with the Dremel just to clear some things. But yeah, that might be, I know that'll close. That might be a good thing, because yeah, I definitely don't need it in the shed here. I would never ever use that. The only thing is, it doesn't really clip in, and if you're going to go and open it, and the thing's just going to drop out. So I don't know. I'll find somewhere to store it nicely, I think, and I will just I'll keep those wheel nuts in there. Sorry, the whatever they're called. They're not wheel nuts. They're the things to take off the wheel nuts. Sockets, wheel nut sockets. But yeah, I think, yeah, they can stay there for now, and then I'll figure it out later. But yeah, I think that's a successful little. Yeah, been waiting a long time for this one, a few months at least. Like I said, they talked about it on I'm pretty sure it was a Skid Factory actually. Old Woody there was talking about it, and he said, you know, stay tuned, they're coming out soon. They did come out a while ago, maybe 6-8 months ago, but yeah, I couldn't justify the 240, so I thought, oh, I'll wait till they come on special, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I was in no rush for them, so hang out on special and save $100. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Pretty much got the angle, the torque angle thing, and the grinder for free, really, if you look at it that way, with the money that you save on the torque wrench. So yeah, that worked out well. So yeah, couple new tools to the arsenal, so that'll be good. I'm actually going to go and use this right now, and cut up those boxes there. Actually, no, it's not recycling, so no rush. Yeah, we only have recycling every 2 weeks, and it's not this week because it was last week. So yeah, no rush on that. I'll go and whip these videos up. What I might do is, instead of keeping this video keep going to show you the fridge working, what I'll do is I'll just do some shorts or something. So yeah. Alright, interruption to transmission. I would have just finished explaining out the shed that I was going to do some shorts. It's only 11:15, so this thing's been on for 45 minutes, almost exactly 45 minutes. It was 10:27 when I turned it on. It's used only 8% battery. It's got 92% battery left. And yeah, I'm not going to do the shorts. Check this out. So we're already at -2 degrees. It's already turned itself off. I'll just grab that. We're at 4 degrees. Yeah, so that's or 3.9. Yeah, 3.9 for that one, and so it's already cooler. Yeah, and that's 4.5 degrees as well. 4.4. I'm just shining it on the. Yeah, 4.5. So it's either the same or yeah, it hasn't lost any, like it hasn't risen in temperature, and it's already at temperature. It's already turned off, and it's only been 45 minutes. So yeah, it doesn't require a short in 4 hours time, because that thing's already going to be at like it's already at temperature after 45 minutes. So a couple of surprises there. That was really good. 45 minutes to get down to its I think I've got it set to -2, and it says, so it's set to -2 and it's at -3. Obviously it's not -3 degrees, because otherwise it'd be frozen, but it would have to be at this temperature for hours to freeze those drinks. So that's why I always run them a little bit cooler, and then as they get to temperature and you're happy with the temperature of the stuff coming out of the fridge, then you can bump this up to 0 degrees or 1 degree, and then it'll maintain, and this thing will last forever. But as you can see, 45 minutes, 8% battery, and we're at temperature already. So the smartest way to use these is to plug this into actually this one doesn't come with a power pack. My old one does. Sorry, my bigger one comes with a 240 volt connection to plug it into power. So that's what we normally do before we go camping, is turn it on the day before, get it right down to temperature and put everything in there that you're going to be bringing and get that right down to temperature so that it's the day of camping, the morning that you're going to leave, the fridge is at temp and all the food in it is at temp. Then put it in the car, put it over to the battery pack so the battery pack doesn't have to cool anything down. Everything's already at a very cool temperature. And say you want to keep it at like -1 or -2 when it's plugged into power here. And then when you put it in the car, put it on 0 or 2 degrees, and that thing will last you a whole day easy, because you're not using it to cool down food or a hot fridge or anything like that. Everything you're just using that to maintain a temperature, and that's it. And even you're using it to go to a higher temperature than what you've actually set it to. So you just got to be smart with the way you use the batteries, and everything's sweet. But I mean, that was worst case scenario. That was a hot fridge out of a car. Those drinks were cold though, out of the fridge, I suppose. So yeah, that's why they're still the same temperature, but they haven't risen in temperature. The fridge is caught up, so all good. I'm going to go edit these videos. Before I press export on this video, I'll come and do another video. We'll see what the time is. It might be another hour or so, 2 hours, and then we'll check temperatures again, and that'll be it for that one. But anyway, this video I'll slip in the middle, so I'll go back to being in the shed and saying goodbye. Catch us. Okay, quick update. So it is about 1:15. So we turned this on from warm at 10:27, I think it was. So let's say 10:30. So 11:30, 12:30. So not even what is it? Yeah, 10:30 to 11:30, 11:30 to 12:30. So almost 3 hours. Not quite 3 hours. Two and 3/4 or something like that. But this has been, so I've heard it while I've been working on the computer there. So it's cycling on and off. We're down to only 83% battery. So it's still got 83% battery to go. So really good. It would have been better if one project I might make up is a plug pack. So I can run this off 240 volts. So all you need to do is a female cigarette lighter socket to about a 5 amp. I think that's all it needs, is about a 5 amp power supply. You can look up the spec. It might be, I don't want to go tipping it on. It's no good to tip fridges on their end, but yeah, I'm pretty sure on the King's website there's a thing that tells you the specs. I think it's 3.5 amps. So if you get a 5 amp power supply and then make a socket up for it, then you can run this in your house, plugged in, have that one ready to go, and that way you can kind of get ready before you need to use it. So that way you can cool the fridge right down to the temperature you want and get all the food in there cooled down to the temperature you want. And then when you want to chuck it in the car, you just disconnect it and then chuck this on at 100%, and it's going to give you look, it's used 20% in 3 hours, but that was with a hot fridge. So let's say it would have used 15% in 3 hours. So, you know, you can do the maths there. It's going to last for hours. Obviously, the more you open and close it, the more this is going to work. So you can't really give it a. You can say safely it's going to last 6 hours pretty much, but it'll probably last double that. But anyway, let's check the temperature of things. So I've got it set to -2, and for some reason it's at -4. I don't know why. It's probably not the most accurate thing in the world. Hopefully, there you go. So 2 to 1 point, it just keeps going down. 1.4. Yep, settling there. 1.4, 1.5. So 1.8, 1.9. Yeah. So that is definitely cooler than what it was. And just for argument's sake, we'll try that. 1.5. So it's definitely doing the job there. So now, yeah, we can probably leave that at 2 degrees. Considering it's at -4, it thinks it's at -4. That's pretty cool. It's got a light in there too. Considering it thinks it's at -4, and I've just changed it to 2 degrees, and it's well insulated. And if you were to jam pack that with stuff that was at -4, it thinks it's at -4, whatever, if you know what I mean. Now that you've bumped it up to 2 degrees to chuck in the car and run off the battery, and the battery's at 100, it probably won't even turn on for the first couple of hours, if you know what I mean. Everything in there is at temperature. It's going to stay pretty cool, and it would have to get to 2 degrees before it even turns on. So yeah, that's the best way to do it. That's what I was trying to say before. So yeah, so now you can see there I've set it to 2. It's going to take hours before that goes from -4 and raises 6 degrees up to 2. So yeah, that's the way to do it. But anyway, I'll slip this video in. Anyway, you'll get it, and it'll all be in order and make sense, hopefully. Anyways, catches. All good. I've got the, you can probably see the muffler off the Z down the bottom of the shed there. That's my next job, is clean it up, coat it with WD-40 so she doesn't rust. I'm pretty sure it's stainless anyway. And then I'll probably just try and hang it up near that fan up there somewhere. I really have nowhere else. If I put it anywhere else, it's going to be in weather. It can go in the back shed, but that does get wet and moisture and things like that. So it'll be safer in here. That fan obviously doesn't work anymore because there's no blades on it. I think I lifted the ladder and demolished the blades one day when it was on. So yeah, that doesn't work. So I can probably take that down. The only thing is there's going to be power there. But yeah, if I can string up the muffler there somewhere, that'll be good. Get that out the way. Yeah, and then that's it. So yeah, went from not having much to do yesterday to 2 videos today because we got kind of a bit busy with that aircon and the new stuff here. So all good. But I won't drop the 2 videos instantly. I might just space them out over a week or so, week and a half. That way you guys don't get bombarded and then have, I don't know if you're hanging out for videos or whatever, but then it might be 2 weeks without a video. So I'll just space them out a bit. So all good. Couldn't tell you what's coming up. I have absolutely no idea. It's going to be warm, I think, for the rest of the week until Sunday, and then it's raining again and back down to 22. So maybe on the next cooler day, I did say it the other day, but I was busy helping my old man with the mulch. I might charge some batteries up, charge a scooter up, charge a camera, charge everything up, and we'll go for a bit of a scooter ride. So the bridge that I did want to check out, new bridge, is not open yet. Actually, me and my mate scooted past it last weekend to go and have a look, see if it was open, but no, it was all gated off, padlocked and everything, so they haven't opened that. So they must have just built it to service the new train station, and they haven't finished the train station yet, so they got no need to open it. They probably don't want people in the train station that they haven't finished yet, so I'd say that's probably why they haven't opened it. So if it only services the train station, I've got no use to go on it because it's not a shortcut to anywhere at all. It's actually worse off. But if it goes to the train station and then fixes in with the bike path that's around there, which I think it will do, that'll be pretty cool. That'll be a nice little shortcut, and you don't have to risk life and limb to cross Tonkin Highway. There's an off ramp, a roundabout, and an on ramp that you have to kind of negotiate. So that will get rid of all that. So that'll be really cool. I'll put a screenshot up so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and that's it. The bike, might take the bike out this weekend. My mate's keen on that. He prefers the bike to the scooter, whereas I prefer the scooter to the bike. The bike, you got to wear, proper clothes and proper shoes, and it's a bit of an effort. Whereas the scooter, you can just put jeans and you can actually dress quite nicely, and then just jump on the scooter and do what you need to do. You don't have to wear like windproof. I don't know. It's just a lot more convenient on the scooter. I prefer the scooter, but at least you get a bit of exercise on the bike. So I think we're taking bikes out this weekend, and then possibly Monday if there's nothing on. See what happens with work and everything. But yeah, might take the scooter for a run, and we'll just go and have a coffee at Wampum Park or something. That'll be nice. Haven't been down there for a while. Haven't even taken the dogs there for a while. So I've been keeping them away from the dog park as well because there's been a bit of drama there with dog fights. Like people actually getting in trouble for kicking dogs and stuff, for dog fights. One guy had to go to hospital because his arm got ripped, his hand got ripped open. What else happened? They've had kennel cough, big case of kennel cough go through for a few months as well. So yeah, they haven't been there pretty much all winter. I think during summer it's probably a bit better because no bacteria can really survive in the heat and in the sun, whereas in winter it's just constantly wet and cloudy and stuff like that, so that's probably why the bacteria thrives. The only thing with summer is the bees come to drink from the water fountain there for the dogs, so Alfie's been stung before and he doesn't handle it too well. The first time we took him to the vet, he's throwing up and just couldn't move and all sorts of stuff. He got it again on one of our walks, and same thing, I didn't take him to the vet, but he kind of got over it a bit more quicker on that one. The little one, Dexter, he hasn't been stung yet, so I don't know how he'd react. He'd probably laugh at it. I don't know, he's a bit weird, this one. Dex, you a bit weird, mate? Hey? Should we go inside, mate? Should we go inside? Show everyone your ears. You actually let me cut your ears today, eh? He's not a fan of people touching his ears, but he's getting there, hey? Cheeky boy. Good boy, mate. Hey? You good boy? Come on, mate. We'll go inside. It's getting a bit hot out here. Alright, guys. We will... my battery's almost flat, so yeah. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.